where we react to some of the top headlines going on in the soccer world. Obviously, the European Championships start in a little less than 48 hours, so that's obviously a big headline. We are looking forward to it as Germany kick off against Scotland. So that has to that's a big storyline. Juventus, they have revealed Thiago Motta as their new manager after the successful season he had at Bologna. They signed Juventus actually sacked Massimiliano Allegri after the end of the Coppa Italia final, citing unprofessional display from him. But let's be honest, they sacked him because they knew he was, they were going to sack him at the end of the season. So they just, they gave them an easy way out to sack him earlier before. Juventus, they're excited to announce Thiago Motta as their new head coach. He has signed an agreement until 2027. He came out and said, "I am really happy to begin a new chapter at the helm of a great club like Juventus. I thank the owners and the management who can be sure of my ambition to keep the Juventus flag flying high and to please the fans." Thiago Motta had a remarkable achievement, in my opinion, being able to secure Champions League football for Bologna, which is the first time that they've ever played in in the highest level of European competition since 1964. Now, obviously, it wasn't called the Champions League there, but it was the equivalent of the Champions League in 1964. And his achievements go even prior to that, where he was able to guide Spezia to Serie 1 survival in 2021-2022. And it's he was part of the team that won a treble under Mourinho in 2009-10. He actually was the player that got the red card in that second leg against Barcelona, that insanely wrong red card in my opinion. And he's gonna come in and he's gonna want to recreate some of that magic. He's shown his ability to make a team better than the sum of their parts with the Bologna, even though their squad is not really capable of competing to make Champions League campaign. What he's done is very similar, in my opinion, to what Unai Emery has done at Aston Villa. I think he's had that kind of impact at Bologna. So, yeah, great signing for Juventus, in my opinion. Lionel Messi, he came out, he had a little bit of an interview. There's really two storylines here. He did reveal that Inter Miami will be his last club and that there's not a lot of time left in his career. This is obviously speaking the obvious. Obviously, he's going to be his last club. We all kind of knew that. He has had an amazing career. He said, "I've done this all of my life. I love playing ball. I enjoy the practices and the day-to-day, the games. Yeah, there's a bit of fear. It's all ending. It's always there. It was a difficult step leaving Europe to come here. The fact we won the World Cup helped. It helped a lot to see things in another way, but I try not to think about it. I try to enjoy it. I do that more now because I'm aware that there's not a lot of time left. So I have a good time with the club, being lucky, having good teammates and friends at my side. I enjoy my time with the national team, where I also have good friends too, and a lot. I enjoy these small details that I know I'll miss when I stop playing. Argentina is always a favorite and contender at Copa America as well as in World Cups. We're more of a favorite now because of where we're coming from, having won the last Copa America, the Finalissima, and the World Cup, and because of the group of players we have. I've been training here for a few days, and what never fails to surprise me is how they practice, the guys' attitude, the desire to win, the hunger to keep winning. It's going to be a difficult Copa America, very balanced as it's always been, but we have a very good chance to again be amongst the best. It's clear, you see, how he thinks, the trajectory where his career is going, and with the Argentina national team, the change of perspective with the World Cup, he also, no real surprises here. He ruled out playing in the 2024 Olympics with Argentina. There was some slight rumors there, but he has ruled it out. Playing in the Olympics, saying it's just too much for him to play in Paris after playing in Copa America. The Olympic Games is to start from July 24th to August 9th. The Copa America, ends mid-July. So it was just too much of a turnaround for a 36-year-old. He said himself, I talked to Mascherano, who's actually the coach of the Argentinian Olympic team, the U23 team. I talked to Mascherano, and the truth is we both understand the situation. It's hard to think about the Olympics right now because we're in Copa America. It would be 2-3 straight months of not being with the club, and more than anything, I'm not at the age to be in everything. I have to choose carefully, and it would be too much to play 2 straight tournaments. I've been very lucky to play the Olympics, of winning it together with Master. So it was a wonderful experience on a football levels. Olympics, U20 memories I'll never forget. It's spectacular to be fortunate enough to go through all that. I hope the guys who get to go enjoy it get the same way I did, because it's special. The Olympics are special, different from anything else. And I have to say, I agree with that. Youth tournaments are youth tournaments and they don't have a buzz. But I think Olympics have a little bit more of an extra buzz in the fact that there is that overage element, and it's the Olympics. It's the Olympics. And, it's unfortunate that Messi will not be competing, but let's be real. He has no business competing. He's 36 years old. He's going to be playing in Copa America. There's no real surprise is there with that situation. No real surprises there that Messi won't be competing in the Olympic Games. Brazil, they were held to a 1-1 draw to the U.S. We discussed this earlier today. Ronald Koeman, he's came out and he's stand by and he's defended the criticism that he had over Barcelona over the De Bruyne injury. He believed that Barcelona are the reason why the ankle injury, he was persistent that the ankle injury, which has ruled the team's playmaker out of European Championship. He believes that Barcelona and both Frenkie de Jong are culpable of that. He said there's a little point in answering questions about topics that are no longer current. We haven't talked about it since we got here. Of course, it also depends on the player himself. I've spoken to Frenkie about this, but that remains between me and the player. I have a little bit more inside information, but I'm done with it now. I don't understand what the angle he's trying to get at. It's a little bit of cold frustration because he is the former Barcelona manager, but that's Ronald Koeman. Ian Maatsen, he's going to be the guy that replaces Frenkie de Jong in the squad. So a little bit of a unique in the fact that it's not like for like, rather than just getting the best player who's left. But yeah, it's a great opportunity for Ian Maatsen. Thank you for tuning into the GSMC Soccer Podcast, brought to you presented by the GSMC Sports Network. Your support means a lot to us, so please remember to subscribe to the show and leave a positive review. I also, it really does make a difference. We also invite you to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and update for more content and updates. Thank you once again, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet.